here. My name is Ed Robertson. I'm the general manager for Aramark at the University of Memphis. And this is Fallon. She's our HR coordinator. And what we do, our section is called higher education, and it's providing food to campus, whether it's the dining hall or it's the retail operations or such. But Aramark has a vast array of opportunities, and it's 15 different divisions where we are like a $15 billion company. So it is a Fortune 500 company. It's one of the 50 best employers for handicapped, disabled, diversity, and so forth. Also one of the most admired companies in the world. And it's got 15 different divisions, which are higher education, business, dining, Canada, comfort center, correctional services, education K through 12, higher education, facilities, healthcare technology, international, leisure, refreshments, sports and entertainment, and uniforms. So one of the big things that Aramark does on a yearly basis is every year Aramark participates in the Olympics. So people from each one of our components, you can volunteer. If they pick you, you go to the Olympics for as long as it takes, and those are the people that prepare food. Also, we had the same thing going on for the Super Bowl. The Minnesota Vikings is one of our locations that we run for sports and entertainment. The Cleveland Cavaliers is also one of our locations. So for anything that you want to do, Aramark has a career for you. And yes.
You folks didn't have anything to do with the Patriots losing the Super Bowl, did you?
I don't know about that one.
The fix was in, huh? I knew it was something like that.
But one of the things that I would tell you about Aramark is a nurturing company. And one of our statements is to deliver experience that nourish and enrich lives. And I will speak to that about myself because Aramark have nurtured me into the position that I am now. So with this company, I started working at 16 in high school. So I'm about 46 now. So I've been with this company 30 years. And even through the mistakes, they stuck with me and nurtured me and guided me. So I've been through the programs like student manager, supervisor, and just lead and work my way up to this position. And they truly will put into you what you put into the company. And we have some great programs for students if you're interested that we can do interns throughout the summer, and you go from location to location, wherever you are, and just learning all the different technical aspects of Aramark. And they will put you with mentors and just guide you through the steps. And I'm gonna let Fallon talk to you a little while about some of the things that we got to offer, and I'll jump back in.
Excuse the scooter.
Now, is this an on-the-job training accident that you're dealing with here?
No, no, it isn't. Just an accident. We have two programs that you are graduate students, correct?
No.
You're undergrad.
Undergrad.
Okay. Well, we have two programs that I'm sure you'll be interested in. The first one is Step Up to Leadership, and it's called an S2L program. This is about 10 to 12 weeks paid internship. So you're able to step into a leadership position or get your feet wet in a hospitality leadership position. Aramark is geared around hospitality. So we food service, guest services, several things that aligns with what it is that you're learning right now. So, and again, if you're interested in that program, this is a hands-on work experience. That particular program, the Step Up to Leadership, is only 10 to 12 weeks, but it gets you ready. It gears you up for the next program, which is our A2L program, which is Accelerate to Leadership. This program is a 12-month program. It is for graduate students. So once you've graduated with your degree, you can apply into one of these positions. It could be and it will be a management role. You will have, the way that Ed explained, you will have a mentor along the way, and you'll be in a management salary position. While it's an internship, but it's hands-on. So you can take this experience into your next role. Do you have a question? No. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you. So you can take this into your next role. And that role could be within Aramark. We did have someone in our A2L program in our catering department last year. She stayed for 12 months. She, after her evaluation at the end of the program, was fast-tracked, which means she got into her role. She did a great job. She learned as much as she could, and she was able to get a job in Oregon at another college as a catering manager. She actually moved here because you can go anywhere in the United States. We have several different hubs within Aramark that you can go to, and you're able to go out to our website and just see if it's something that you're interested in a particular place. So let's say you're interested in moving to Oregon, for instance, and we have a program available there. You can move out there, live there for a year, work with Aramark in several different locations. You'll go through the mentoring. You'll do webinars once a month. Then at the end of it, you'll be evaluated by the account owner or the general manager. A few things that go along with the A2L program. For you all, I would recommend reaching more into the S2L program. If you're closer to your graduate stages, then this will get you ready to move forward in your career. Most times it's hard, I know, when you're stepping straight out of college to find something in your career path. So this will allow you or help you to do that. And I want to go over a few things about that particular program. It is a year-long program. It is geared for new college graduates that are looking to excel and grow in their career path. Now, within this year, you will be evaluated. You will go through monthly evaluation per the account owner. So it does not mean that you're guaranteed a management position once you're done with the program. It's based on you and your performance and how you do within the program. And you're not guaranteed a post-graduation role either, but again, it's up to you and your performance while you're within the 12 months of your actual program. So if you do well and you're evaluated at the end of it, then your account leader will give you a fast-track evaluation, and we can move you right into a management role within whatever field that you're interested in. Does anyone have any questions thus far about the program?
You said the A2L program is a year-long program?
It is a year-long.
Okay.
The S2L is 10 to 12 weeks.
Okay.
But again, it could be on campus here, or you could travel to a different campus. And again, we have several lines of business. This is higher education. But we have sports and leisure, which, for instance, in town, that's AutoZone Park. We have business dining that resides at Service Master, FedEx buildings, things of that nature. So you don't necessarily have to be in our line of business to be a part of the program. So you will have the requirements for the A2L program is to fulfill role requirements and also training as you go. So you're learning. So let's say any particular field, a field that you're going into specifically in hospitality that you're interested in. I know there's catering, there's the management side of it, there is culinary, there's several sides to hospitality. Is there one in particular that you're interested in? Anybody? Nobody? Okay. Culinary? Okay, so again, that's well within hospitality. So if you're interested in culinary, then what you would want to do is, because we have a kitchen and we have chefs here on campus, but like I stated, there are several lines of business, up to 15 lines of business. So let's say you're interested in going into the S2L program, you would apply for it, of course. And if by chance you're geared into the A2L program, that would be your field of interest, which will be culinary, that could be a chef. They go sous chef, kitchen supervisors. I think I can't think of it, where they're dicing and with the
Prep cook, like a prep cook.
prep cook, it's something Dijon. What is it called?
Garmager.
Yes, so there are several different areas of that you can go into, and it would be wonderful. We're right here on campus. This is something that you can partner with us in. If you're interested, we can get you applied, and it's a 12-month period. You'll be monitored. You're right here in your city. There are other cities, so let's say someone's interested in moving away for 12 months. That is possible. That's something that could happen, and you're going into whatever field you're interested in. Any other questions? Okay. So another thing that will be required is to remain actively engaged. Will be the A2L program's responsibility to remain engaged in your career path. So of course, you know, I'm going to college, I'm going to finish college, this is what I will be doing once I'm done. This way, you have a step into it. It's like a foot in the door, so to speak. There are 4 focuses to this program. The first focus is just the regular onboarding and the training plan and meeting and greeting the managers and team that you'll be working with. Second focus will be the on-the-job experience. So for instance, our A2L leader that we had last year, she stepped in, she went through all of her trainings monthly. She became our catering manager's right hand. To where the catering manager had to, run the whole department by herself. This young lady was able to do it. So maybe now the manager could take vacations because the A2L, the person that was there in the A2L program was able to run the department. You will have departmental exposure. So of course, if you're in whatever department that you move into in this program, you have full exposure. You're rotating. You know that, okay, this is what the manager does. This is what the supervisor should do. This is what the workers or the regular subordinates should be doing. Things of that nature. And again, in the 4th focus area is the performance evaluation. And once you get here, it will be up to the account owner or the general manager to determine whether or not where you are in your steps. So let's say you fell, I wouldn't say behind, but you needed development along the way. It is up to the leader that is over you, whoever is put in place to lead you or help to develop you, to bring you up to speed. So if there's an issue of any sort to where you feel like you're not being developed, or they feel like it's our job to make sure you're successful by the time you're done with the program. And I think that's about it. Does anyone have any questions about the S2L or A2L programs? Yes, ma'am.
What was the 3rd step in the 4th step?
It is departmental exposure. So what this allows is for you to know from the senior management stage, every area of that particular department we want you to become familiar with, so that you are ready once you're done with the program to step out and run your own department. That is the plan, the goal of the actual A2L program. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Can you talk about part-time opportunities?
Yes, definitely. We have lots of them. and actually they're out on TigerLink. Every Monday I send an updated open requisitions list out to Marta, and she posted on TigerLink. So do you all have y'all have food service experience? We have several positions. Yes, ma'am. I know you're familiar with the retail side, which could be Panda Express, Chick-fil-A, Benet Pizza, all of that is Aramark. The Tom's Restaurant is Aramark. In the psychology building and what's the other? FedEx building. We have several kiosks. All of the regular kiosks, the pods, that is all Aramark. So we definitely have availability if you're looking for employment. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, go ahead.
You didn't ask me.
Okay, on the step up to leadership,
Mm-hmm.
is that in all areas? Like
Yes.
catering, food and beverage, things like that?
Yes, and what you would do is look out on the website, and I can get that back to you all, but look out on the website and they'll let you know exactly what line of business it's for, what position it's for, and that kind of thing. But you can go to aramark.com and step up to leadership. Oh, it'll say students and internships is the link you will go to. And then it'll bring all the information up that we just discussed. And you had a question?
Does it have, do we have to work, in Aramark if you wanna, if you don't have to meet with Aramark, if you're looking for employment?
No, you do not. And like I stated, here in town, we have so many. We have K through 12, which is in Shelby County Schools. We have facilities, which is at 201 Poplar. We have AutoZone, which is our sports and leisure. We have business dining, that's in the FedEx and Service Masters, as I explained. So it's so many different areas that you can work in. It's food service, and all is not food service. We have uniforms, that's the only, and facilities. Those are the only two lines of business that aren't food service, but everything else is.
So when you say facilities,
Mm-hmm.
you're kind of dressing up the word prison.
No.
No, that's corrections. We have corrections. But
Correction.
facilities is more like the housekeeping part of it.
Mhm.
And you know, some of the schools, we have the maintenance contracts on. So it's a wide range of things.
Okay.
And another example, similar to the Cook Convention Center to Sheraton, and I think it's in Jersey. They have a convention center and the hotel, but their whole staff that deals with food service is Aramark. Similar to, I know that the Sheraton has a contract with the Cook Convention Center to, complete all of their food service needs. So Aramark does that as well. When you go to a Redbirds game, if you're ordering hot dogs, and that's Aramark. Any other questions for me? No?
Anything you ever, I know you folks weren't prepared for Aramark today, and I understand that. Usually they prepare questions.
Okay.
Well, one of the big things that I would say is it's an opportunity to practice leadership. Because this is where you don't necessarily have all the responsibilities of a manager, but you're getting prepared to be a manager. You're being judged on the things that I judge my managers on a daily basis. How's the speed of service? Are you on the floor at a particular time? What is your budget? Why is your budget this much? How much are you spending in labor? Can you control your directs? Because each company, at the end of the day, you have to bring value. So, you can lose money, but how can I minimize the amount of money that I lose? So this is all the practical experience you get through this. It's just learning your trade before you actually have to step into a manager's role. Because truly, nobody knows exactly what they do when they step into those roles, but you have to manage the things that you know to 100%. But this would be a good jump start to just help you understand these things better. The big thing is, how do I deal with people? How do I motivate this person, and it's going to be different than I motivate that person? So, all things translate with management, no matter which field you go into. So, at the end of the day, you got to bring value. And I think this is what Aramark is doing an incredible job, is just giving the students the opportunity to learn what they're doing before they're stuck in those roles. And, from the S2L to the A2L, we probably invest 2 to 3 years in some people, and then once they leave, they're ready to jump right into that role. And it has been students that have excelled enough 2 years after they got through this role, they're actually running their own accounts. So, it may be at a smaller school, a Spelman or Morehouse, or one of the $4 or $5 million schools, but that's a big jump for it to be 24, 25 years old, running your own account and being responsible for those things. So I have seen that with Aramark, and I think that, it provides great opportunity.
Absolutely.
On your mentorship, how do you pair your mentors with your mentorees? Is it just based on who the manager is of that position that you're going to be working, or do you do any personality, like?
It comes from corporate. The mentorship comes from corporate. So it's someone assigned to a certain region. And they're responsible for making sure you have all the resources and tools to be successful in your role. Now, the managers on site with you have a responsibility as well to make sure that you advance and that you develop the way that you should. But the actual mentors are assigned to you.
From corporate?
From corporate.
It's a mentor from corporate, but again, once you get to that unit, it would come through me. So I would make sure that you're matched with each manager so that we can get a good rotation. Because my job is to prepare you for the future and not just one role. Because when you're going to be over an entire school or an entire convention center, you got to know a little bit about each location that you're running. And you just can't have a strong focus in one. So you're gonna have to be well-rounded. So I make sure that you get a taste of catering, retail, concessions, and a board plan to make sure that you are aware of these things and how these things should be managed.
You're gonna speak again. Let me butt in for a minute.
Okay.
How many of you folks had 1050? Introduction to hospitality. Did they cover institutional food service? There should have been a whole chapter on it, because there was in my textbook and there was in my 1050 class. There is no more exciting, versatile, bigger part of our business than institutional food service. And you correct me if I'm wrong.
No,
You all hear about resort management, you all hear about hotels, you all hear about food and beverage. Institutional food service like Aramark is as big as anything our industry offers. And in many ways, it's more versatile, more challenging, more flexible, more relocatable. So if you are in sports facility management and you want to get into education like U of M, or you want to get into corrections, or who knows, K through 12, is that what you said?
That's what I
Yes.
said.
Who knows? And you want to be in California and you want to relocate to Jersey or who knows what. This is one of those areas that can do it. Anyway, just going forward, Mr. Robertson has a few more words for you.
yeah, and I agree, the flexibility, the opportunity, and just flexible, it's flexible on each campus because year after year, students have different tastes. And so now we got to change to the taste. You know, what was good last year is no longer good this year. And we have to be up to the challenge each time, and we have to change things around, and that's part of what we're looking at now is how can we change the residential dining to make it more up to date and make it more of a comfort area for people who want to come there. And you know, just for me is coming from a kid who went to school in Tuscaloosa, high school, went to college in Tuscaloosa, to get these opportunities, which is Alabama is like a $45 million account. And I was over maybe 30 million when I was at that account. So then, you know, they asked me to fix all of the bad accounts, because everybody have bad accounts as who runs these accounts, whether they're going to be good or bad. So that gives you a lot of exposure to things that you take back with you. And then it's getting the opportunity to go take over historical places like Morehouse and Spelman College and Morehouse School of Medicine. So I ran those before I came here. And now to be at this institution, it's an absolute privilege. But these are the opportunities that Aramark give you, and when you don't think that, you know, ever in your life that you'll be running something $30 million or $50 million, this company, you know, have given me that opportunity. And I'm eternally grateful, and you know, it'll give you the same opportunity. But you know, this company also rewards you for what you put into it. You know, if you put the hard work in, you'll get the hard work out. So anybody got any more questions for me? Yes, sir.
Like as far as Aramark, stuff companies like US Foods and V-Star, is they kind of the same thing, or is it like
Compass, Sodexo, Aramark, virtually the same. You know, it's a lot of similarities, and it's just minute differences. Everybody does virtually the same thing. Everybody has pretty much the same umbrella where they run. It's a constant competition.
For instance, the contractor at FedEx Forum
Mhm.
is, who's that, Let Us Entertain You, is that who does it?
I do not know
I'm not
who does that one.
There's a different, and I'm not sure, I've been out of it for a couple of years, but I think it's Let Us Entertain You out of Chicago. And that's one of their accounts, and of course, they're a big operator like Aramark is. And so it's, again, everything in our business is competitive. There's no free lunch,
There is not.
but it sure is versatile. What else we got for these nice folks? Besides, we're gonna polish off some of that food.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now, you're gonna hang around for a few minutes.
I will,
We may have some people here want to do a little one-on-one with you.
absolutely.
I know that you didn't prepare questions for Aramark. I understand that, so I'll take the ones you have for Pierre. And we're gonna reschedule Pierre, because you want to hear about what's going on at the convention center. Great, great things, good things. So hang around if you would. Let's finish off this food and have a Pepsi, and we'll see you all.
College student.
Enjoy the nice afternoon.